As Nigerians prepare to celebrate 65 years of independence, one question still haunts us. Are we truly free, or are we trapped by leaders we don't even choose? Many of us believe the president is the most powerful man in Nigeria. But what if I told you your governors have more control over your life than Aso Rock will? Every 4 years, all eyes turn to Abuja. We fight on Twitter. We wear campaign caps. We argue in churches and mosques. All because of one election, the presidency. But here's the truth most people don't like to admit. The president might be in Aso Rock, but your governor has more direct power over your life. Who controls the schools your children attend? Who decides if the road in the communities get fixed or abandoned? Not the federal road. Who decides if your house will be demolished or not? Who pays your teachers, your doctors, your civil servants? Not the president, your governor. And yet, we act as if we pick the right president, all of Nigerians' problems will disappear. Meanwhile, governors wasting billions and nobody is asking questions. Look at Edo State. About $250 million Euro Africa CCI investment deal was signed with a company that never existed. Aside from one alleged fake investment, and that the people will suffer the disaster. That is why the presidency is an illusion of power. It looks mighty from far away, but the people who really controls your day-to-day struggles are much more closer than you think. So how did governors become this powerful? To understand it, we need to go back in history. During the military rule, power was highly centralized. But when democracy returned in 1999, Nigerians adopted a federal structure that gave states huge control over their own affairs. On paper, that sounds like freedom. In reality, it creates 36 mini presidents, our governors. These governors don't just control state budgets, they control political structure, senators, House of Rep members, even local government chairmen often owe their survival to the governor of the state. If you cross him, forget about your political career. To prove this to you, ever since the federal government has announced local government autonomy, have you seen any remarkable changes or projects physically seen? And when election comes, what happens? INEC may announce the result in Abuja, but on the ground, governors have the machineries, the influence, and in some cases, the thugs to decide who wins or who loses. Think about it. If your senator wants to return in 2027, who decides who to run to? The president? No. It goes to the governor. Because without that endorsement, he may not even get a party ticket. That is why I call the governor the hidden kings of Nigeria. While we argue over who sits in Aso Rock, 36 men are quietly deciding the fate of their people. Now, let's leave the theory and talk about the daily life. When your child's school has no chairs, is that the president's fault? No, that's your governor who refuses to release education funds. Remember Ekiti State, over 7.8 billion was allocated to schools, but classrooms are still collapsing and children were scooping water in the class. And when hospital runs out of medicine or nurses are on strike, people shout, Buhari has failed us, or Tinubu is doing nothing. But ask yourself, who pays the state doctors? And who funds the primary health? It's not the man in Abuja, it's your governor. Even salaries, local government workers, teachers, civil servants, they don't depend on the president to sign a check. They depend on their state government. Despite what we have heard about the autonomy, what have you seen as proof? And here is the most shocking part. Security votes. I know you want to hear that. Every month, governors receive millions, sometimes billions, in what we call security allocation. This money is not audited. Nobody asks questions. And even if we ask, who will answer us? And the governors spend it anyhow they like. They claim it's for fighting crime and terrorism. But look around you. Has terrorism reduced? Has banditry stopped? Are kidnappers disappearing? No. In fact, Insecurity has worsened in many states, while security votes keep disappearing into private pockets. So yes, the president can announce free education or launch national security strategies. But if your governors decide to sit on those funds and divert security money into mansions and convoys, tell me, will anything change in your community? Of course not. That's the problem. Nigerians keep looking up to Abuja for solutions when the real change or the real freedom are right here in your state. My people, tomorrow, Nigeria will raise a green and white flag to mark another Independence Day, 65 years since the British lowered their Union Jack and we declare ourselves free. But let's ask ourselves honestly, are we truly free? Independence is not about just removing colonial masters. True independence means freedom from leaders who abuse their power, freedom from governors who pocket billions in education fund while children sit on bare floors and scoop water in classes, freedom from governors who announces fake projects in billions of dollars, and freedom from leaders who collect security votes while kidnappers and terrorists continue to terminate ordinary people. Think about it. What does independence mean if 36 governors can decide whether your hospitals has medicine, whether your road is passable, or whether your local business survive? So as you celebrate Independence Day, don't just wave the flag or sing the anthem. Ask yourself, has my governor set me free? Or has it kept me trapped? So, do Nigerian governors really hold more power than the president? After everything we have seen, the answer is clear: yes. They control the schools, the hospitals, the road, the salary, even the security of your community. Yet, most Nigerians never look that way. Think deep. This Independence Day, I want to think differently. Don't just focus on Aso Rock. Focus on your state, because that is where your true freedom or your true suffering is decided. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe governors are more powerful than the president? Or do you think Abuja still holds the final say? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's have this conversation. And if you find this video eye-opening, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new, because here we break down the truths our leaders don't want us to know. Nigeria is 65 years old, and it's time to start asking tougher questions. Not just our president, but of those who govern us every day. So now you see why governors might actually hold power more than the president. But here's the thing. Even if power shifts, will Nigerians' elections ever truly be fair? If you want the honest truth, don't stop here. Tap on the video you see on the screen. Trust me, I will open your eyes even more. I will see you there. It's your social media watchdog. See you in the next video.